Hey guys, this is part 2 of my bookshelf tour. I'm going to show you guys my history books and then the other books I just read for fun.
Republic by Plato, Essential Dialogues of Plato, Lords of the Sea by John R. Hale, The First Clash by James Lacey, The History of the Peloponnesian War by Thucydides, Thucydides by Donald Kagan, The Spartans by Paul Cartledge, Thermopylae, The Battle for the West by Ernest Bradford, The Spartan Army by J.F. Lazenby, Joseph Campbell, The Hero with a Thousand Faces, The Iliad and the Odyssey, my other 2 copies of these books by Homer, Mythology by Edith Hamilton, The Trojan War, A New History by Barry Strauss, Persian Fire by Tom Holland, Dividing the Spoils by Robin Waterfield, Aristotle,
The Ancient Greek Historians by J.B. Barrie. Got it!
The Landmark Herodotus, The Histories by Herodotus, Taking Out the Flood by Robin Waterfield, The Hemlock Cup by Bettany Hughes, The Greek Myths by Robin Waterfield, The Classical World by Robin Lane Fox, Why Homer Matters by Adam Nicholson, The 3 Theban Plays by Sophocles, and this is more the Romans section on my bookshelf. Plutarch's Parallel Lives, Volumes 1 and 2, Plutarch, The Rise of Rome, The Legions of Rome, Augustus, First Emperor of Rome, Augustus by Anthony Everett, Cicero by Anthony Everett, Cicero in Defense of the Republic, Warfare in the Ancient World, The Annals of Imperial Rome by Tacitus, The Ghost of Cannae, Carthage Must Be Destroyed, Hannibal Crosses the Alps, Rubicon by Tom Holland, Caesar's Conquest of Gaul, Ovid, The Erotic Poems, Ovid, The Metamorphoses, The Poison King by Adrian Mayer, Goths by Herwig Wolfram, The Emperors of Rome by David Potter, The Spartacus War by Barry Strauss, The Aeneid by Virgil, Myths and Legends. This is more the medieval section of my bookshelf, which is a large part of my college career. We have The History of the Vikings by T.D. Kendrick, The Vikings by Robert Ferguson, The Vikings and Their Enemies by Philip Lyne, A Dark History, Vikings, The Saga of the Volsungs, The Sagas of the Icelanders, The Poetic Edda, The Prose Edda by Snorri Sturluson, J.R.R. Tolkien's Beowulf, Seamus Heaney's Beowulf, Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, The Cambridge Companion to Old English Literature, 2nd edition, 1066, The Hidden History of the Bayeux Tapestry, The Monsters and the Critics by J.R.R. Tolkien, Tacitus, Agricola and Germania, The Anglo-Saxon World and Anthology, Beowulf, a Verse Translation, Pride and Prodigies by Andy Orchard, Medieval Epics, Medieval English Literature, 2nd edition, The Mind of the Middle Ages, A World Lit Only by Fire, These are relatively my more modern books, focusing mostly on the later part of the 1400s and on. Also, a little bit of World War I and a little bit of reference books as well. The Chronicles of the First Crusade, The Norman Conquest by Mark Morris. The Birth of the West by Paul Collins. The Death of King Arthur. The Quest of the Holy Grail. In the Wake of the Plague. William the Conqueror. Agincourt by Juliet Barker. The Oxford Illustrated History of the Crusades. The Greatest Night by Thomas Asbridge. Guns, Germs, and Steel. Great Maps, the World's Masterpieces Explored and Explained. The Timeline History. The Plantagenet Chronicles. The Tudor Chronicles. Mapping the First World War by Simon Forty. The Great War in Modern Memory by Paul Fussell. How to Read Literature Like a Professor. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Latin for Dummies. Reading Dante. Dante's The Divine Comedy. A Poet's Glossary by Edward Hirsch. Harold Bloom, Genius. And finally, How to Read and Why by Harold Bloom. This is my more continuation of my medieval shelf. Kings and Queens of England. Kings and Vikings. Our Magnificent Bastard Tongue. Bede, Ecclesiastical History of the English People. Geoffrey Chaucer, The Canterbury Tales. The Wings of Madness. Pirate Hunter of the Caribbean. Alright, now the Jim Butchers. The graphic novel, Skin Game, Turncoat, Cold Days, Side Job, Small Favor, Stormfront, Grave Peril, Death Mask, Blood Rights, The Codex Lyra, Princeps Fury, Captain's Fury, Academ's Fury, Cursor's Fury, Orphanage series by Robert Butner, Orphanage, Orphan's Triumph, Orphan's Alliance, Orphan's Destiny Journey, and Legends of the Space Marine. And then we have The Way of Shadows, Beyond the Shadows, The Black Prism, all by Brent Weeks, The Age of Ra, The Age of Odin, The Age of Zeus, Embedded by Dan Abnett. Then my Warhammer books, The Fly of the Eisenhorn, Horus Rising, No Fear, The First Heretic. We have Fulgrim, Tales of Heresy, Descent of Angels, Bow for the Abyss, Fallen Angels, Galaxy in Flames, and Mechanicum. Now we have the Imperial Guard Omnibus, the Wordbearers Omnibus, Fire Drake, Sons of Fenris, Hellforge, Brothers of the Snake, Blood Gorgons, Heroes of the Space Marine, Salamander, Wolfblade, The Emperor's Finest, Red Fury, the Iron Warriors Omnibus, Battle of the Fang, the Purging of Catalyst, the Sigmar Omnibus. And then we have Eisenhorn by Nanamnet, How to Train Your Dragon, and Blue Eye Jazz.
Alright, that's all my books. Obviously I'm still adding to it and it's going to grow pretty quickly, but for now, that's all I've got. So thank you guys for joining me. Like and subscribe if you guys want to hear more from me. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.